back here with another gear review. This one's of the Korg R3. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a ton to say about it, but it is still a cool synth. I really struggle with what to say, probably because it is such an all-round and in general average synthesizer, but it is definitely still got some cool things to take a look at, so let's take a real quick look. So this is the Korg R3, and essentially what it is a two-timbre virtual analog synthesizer, but it's also got some wavetable things going on inside. It's based off of the Korg Radius, which is in itself somewhat inspired by the MS-2000, which is the same DNA that went into the Korg MicroKorg. So it's got a long history, long lineage of excellence inside of it. It really can make some cool sounds. On the front panel, you're confronted with a bunch of different sound types. So everything from basses, leads, polys, strings, keyboards, motion. You still get into vocoding and vintage sounds as well. Some more words about the real estate on the synth. There are 37 keys and they are full-size keys, so no mini key action for this one. You do have kind of a fiddly little wheel for pitch and for mod over here, but it's serviceable enough, and they actually really strong springs, so it feels pretty good. Editing wise, everything is accomplished through this dial that flips you between different editable pages and these four knobs here with light up displays as to what the knobs are doing. It's also nice that it remembers where the knob kinds were set for the patch, so you know kind of immediately visually where you're at. So everything is controlled by these different classifications of sound types, and then there's within each bank, there's 8 different sounds. One thing that I would have loved is an easy way to get to more user patches, because there's 128 preset patches, and there's not a lot of room to save your own patches without overriding the factory ones. I kind of get anal about that, and I don't like overriding factory patches because I use them as inspiration sometimes. So there's room for 128 factory patches. I wish there was a more logical onboard way to solve user patches as well, but I guess that wasn't possible. There's also cool ways to record motion data, so it's kind of a lot like their Electribe series. You can also record your vocal patterns for what they call formant data, which is, if you think about it, kind of a vocoder without you having to sing into it. I don't even have to sing these words. And of course, it's got all your regular vocoder duties covered as well.
The sound of robots. This is the sound of the future.
So all in all, it's a pretty cool package. I think one thing that probably maybe reduced its long-term lifespan was this. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is the sound of plastic straining against more plastic, because it's a fully plastic setup. I mean, you just have to be careful with it. I definitely wouldn't recommend letting it fall to the ground or anything, because it feels like it could definitely shatter. But overall, if you're looking for a nice little synth package, I mean, 37 keys, full-size keys. You can octave up and down the keyboard, which is pretty nice. It feels, for a plastic unit, it feels pretty solid. The editing is not the worst in the world. I really don't like this having to select one parameter and there's only 4 knobs. To me, it doesn't feel very fluid, but it's better than a lot of other digital synthesizers at the time that I could name. Yeah, I mean, overall, the sounds are based again on that Radius engine. They do a lot with wavetable and virtual analog synthesis. To my ears, it sounds a little bit, I don't know, styrofoamy, but that is just me. Maybe you could find some sounds that work for you. Check out all the videos on YouTube. There's tons of, this thing's been out for a while, so there's tons of different sound samples and libraries and demonstrations to see if this is the synth for you. But overall, you can get it for pretty cheap, and it's pretty fun. Hope you enjoyed it. This is kind of a quicker video, but leave a comment below if you've got some questions about it, and I'll answer as best I can. Have a good one. Keep rocking.